That moment you made one sacrifice for me, and I owe you my life.
We've seen South Africans. What's so special about them? What's so special about them? Still these Nigerians and other Africans that they are driving away that have been providing employment for South Africans. These ones that Nigeria helped to come out of apartheid, to come out of gross marginalization. They have not been able to get their foot. Most of them they are claiming that it's Nigerians that made them drug addicts. They have been drug addicts even before Nigeria got there.
So what if you help South Africans during the apartheid era?
Sounds like you're trying to make sense of some conflicting historical claims involving Nigeria and South Africa. Historically, while Nigeria was a vocal supporter of the anti-apartheid movement, the country faced severe economic challenges in the early 1980s, including the oil glut and high debt servicing, which...
You see, let me tell you something. Nigerians are very cunning, very funny.
Good morning. Welcome again to another video. Thank you for clicking. I am your girl Linda. Today, Nigerians will not allow South Africans to breathe at all. But before we judge each other, let's just remember the sacrifices of our forefathers. Nigerians and other countries stood with South Africa when freedom was not guaranteed. Yes, there were sacrifices made before many of us were born, honestly. But the funny thing is that we may not even know the full agreement or promises that came with it. So the big question is, what do we owe each other today? And has those promises been forgotten? All right, people, let me allow you to watch the trending video. As you watch them, don't forget to like this video, comment your thoughts, share it, please. Don't forget to turn on the bell notification so that you get our updates. Yes, I will still join you at the end for my own conclusion. Yeah.
We've seen South Africans. What's so special about them? What's so special about them? Still these Nigerians and other Africans that they are driving away that have been providing employment for South Africans. These ones that Nigeria helped to come out of apartheid, to come out of gross marginalization. They have not been able to get their foot. Most of them they are claiming that it's Nigerians that made them drug addicts. They have been drug addicts even before Nigeria got there.
So what if you help South Africans during the apartheid era? It is because of this condescending, this bad behavior. It's because of the arrogance, the constant, continuous insults. The manner we should talk to them, that you talk about, that they don't want you, Nigerians in particular. Not just in South Africa, because South Africans are not the only ones asking for your banning. You understand, yeah? Other countries are literally chasing you people out. It's because of the way you talk. You're so rude. You're so arrogant. You talk in a very condescending manner. That there is that sense of entitlement, you see. And and then when South Africans say that we don't want you in our country, start telling them that, oh, we helped you during the apartheid era. Now, when you listen to this elderly woman talk on national television, you are supposed to be a role model. Now, when you talk about South Africans like that, when you talk to South Africans like that, I wonder how you're expecting the younger generation to do or to behave. This is poor. This is shameful.
They are lazy mentally and in every way you can think of. Other Africans are withdrawing. Let's see how that their spirit of enterprise will help them to stand.
This is totally unacceptable. And again, you wonder why they don't like you. You wonder why they don't want Nigerians in South Africa, why they are petitioning for the ban or the banning of anything Nigerian in South Africa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you already know that every time a Nigerian has an opportunity to describe or to talk about South Africa, so to address South Africa's right, they'll constantly remind them of how much they helped them during the apartheid era, how much money they gave them, and how, their salaries were deducted, their pension money, patati patata, the Mandela tax was imposed, and they spent a new sum of money. We're talking about $61 billion US to help South Africans during the apartheid era. So because you help the South Africans during the apartheid era, that means that they should tolerate your nonsense. Now, the question is this: did Nigerians actually help South Africans during the apartheid era? And how did they help South Africa? Right. So now let's go. Now, the report says that Nigeria played a leading role in the global fight against apartheid by providing massive financial aid, enforcing strict economic boycotts, and offering diplomatic and travel support for liberation movements like the African National Congress, the ANC. Now, despite not sharing a geographical border, Nigeria acted as a frontline state through heavy material and moral contributions. Right. Now, Southern African Relief Fund was established in 1976 by the Nigerian government to support victims of apartheid and fund educational training. Now, there was equally the Mandela tax, where Nigerian public servants, civil workers, and military officers had a percentage of their salary of their monthly salaries automatically deducted to fund the liberation struggle. Citizens and students also made voluntary donations. Now, we are not going to leave out oil boycotts, because Nigeria refused to sell its oil to South Africa during its own economic boom, absorbing heavy financial losses to pressure the white minority regime. Nigeria equally boycotted the 1976 Olympic Games and the 1979 Commonwealth Games to protest apartheid and force South Africa's global isolation. The Nigerian government further went on to issue more than 300 emergency passports and travel documents to South African activists and provided a safe haven for exiles. In a nutshell, Nigeria contributed an estimated 61 billion between 1960 and 1995 to support South Africa's anti-apartheid struggle and liberation movement. Now, according to historical records verified by the South African Institute of International Affairs, this figure does not represent a single lump sum cash donations. Instead, it reflects decades of cumulative financial aid, economic sacrifices, international sports boycotts, and direct funding. Now, after his release and swearing in as president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela traveled to Lagos, Nigeria in May 1990 to personally thank the government and the Nigerian citizens at large. He openly acknowledged that South Africa's freedom was a shared victory tied directly to Nigeria's financial, material, and diplomatic backing.
The warm welcome I have received from the government and the people of Nigeria. As you know, I have been in prison for 27 years. Many countries, many governments, many organizations, many individuals called for my release. Louder in that call was the government and people of Nigeria.
As president of South Africa, Mandela maintains close diplomatic cooperation with Nigeria, anchoring mutual African solidarity through the Commonwealth and the OAU.
Nigeria has given us a lot of financial and material support. They have assisted us not only in the form of funds, and in that respect, they have been among the most generous donors to our cause.
We are not going to leave out countries such as Zambia, Tanzania, and the Soviet Union, who provided military support for the ANC and the PAC. It was more difficult, though, for neighboring states such as Botswana, Lesotho, and Swaziland because they were economically dependent on South Africa. Still, they did feed the struggle on the ground. Very well. Now, we've acknowledged. This is a part where every Nigerian is going to be so happy. Like, South Africans, Charlie, on the year, we supported you guys, we helped you guys, we gave you money. You know, our salary was deducted, our parents. Now, did Nelson Mandela appreciate that? Of course he did. Did he acknowledge the support? Yes, he did. Now, is that enough reason why South Africa should tolerate your bad behavior? Why they should turn a blind eye to all the crimes that most Nigerians perpetrate that are committed in South Africa? Should they tolerate you selling substances, harmful substances, trafficking their children, right? Abducting and trafficking their children into prostitution and what have you because you helped them through the apartheid era? Is that what you're telling us? Now, you are saying that because you helped them through the apartheid era, South Africa should keep quiet. They should allow you to coronate an Igbo king in South Africa and East Cape because you helped them through the apartheid era, isn't it? Now, they should allow you sell drugs. They should allow you hijack their buildings. They should allow you open illegal churches in South Africa because you helped them during the apartheid era. That is bullshit. It is important to add that Nelson Mandela did not just show appreciation to Nigerians and the Nigerian government at large just by visiting. No. he decided to open the borders, the South African borders, for Nigerians and for West African migrants. So that's why today you see a lot of Ghanaians and what have you in South Africa, right? That was to say, thank you, brothers. Thank you for coming through, right? Now, let's talk about the crimes that Nigerians have been accused of in South Africa. The number one, the most prominent, is drug trafficking. Now, multiple times on this platform, I've spoken about this show, which is, I think, Six Otola. Now, the aim is to expose all the crime, the dens in South Africa, right? Those who are destroying the South African kids. Most of you have seen it. But away from this show, there's equally, I've seen a lot of videos where Nigerians have actually been caught red-handed selling these substances to South African youths. Take a look at this video.
Isn't that I'm getting setting? Bring my phone, let me show you. He's the one setting. You take stock from David. I give him there by setting. That's what I'm saying. I'm not the one. Oh, you supply him David. You are the supplier. So where it is? It doesn't have he has opened. Me and him fight. Bring my phone, let me show you the conversation. From the town. I give them that man that stays here. Bring the phone, let me show you the conversation. Selling for me. Umjikalo uhlangana nodokotela abathize badayisela ingane zasemakithi inciko bakhanda imithi bayikhandela bona. So umjikalo owaseNigeria bese kuthiwa abantu baseNigeria abafowethu siyabazona uyenza kanjani into yama-drugs ukuthi ungazodayisela abantu bakithi ekubeni isimo sivele sinje. So akukwazi bafowethu, akukwazi manje wena sho usubahobhile waze wababamba usubuya nabo-ke manje bephila njengoba sekanjena-ke manje sekufanele kwenziwe njani kuzothi ukuthi ama-South Africans are-wrong kanjani bafowethu. Lo muntu uyikhandela yena incika hlangene nodokotela bayikhipha ngemumva esibhedlela imithi leyo mithi
I know you'll be saying, oh, but it's not just Nigerians. Oh, the next will be like, oh, they're lying about us, or they're lying against us. We're not. Or do they mean to tell us that the only thing that Nigerians are known for in South Africa is drug? We are focusing on this one. We are not refusing that there are some good that there are not some good Nigerians in South Africa. We're not saying that there are not some Nigerians in South Africa who are into legit business or who are medical doctors or who are in finance or whatsoever. No, we are looking at what is destroying South Africa and destroying South Africans at large. That is what we are focusing on, right? You don't expect us to be chasing rats when we have a very big animal like a snake. Nah, we are not going to do that, right? So when it comes to drug trafficking in South Africa, Nigeria, they are the first that everybody was looking at. Number two, we talk about human trafficking. Now, South Africans have constantly complained that their young ladies are getting trafficked or they're getting, they're being pushed into prostitution. Now, there was this report, I think it's coming from a prominent, South African media. I've said this report once upon a time, but I'm going to save it again just for clarity, right? You take a look at this video.
Rescued after weeks of suffering, these 16 girls have endured abuse at the hands of hundreds of men, the youngest just 15 years old. Some were kidnapped and others lured with the promise of jobs.
The 15-year-old girl was saying to me, he was brought here by the Nigerians 2 weeks back. They promised her that they're going to give her a job. That's how she ended in here. She even said, I don't know the place. I don't know. I'm just here. I'm caught up here.
The girls have told officers harrowing stories of their capture and abuse. They say they were drugged and starved. They sat outside crying as authorities swept through the 3-bedroom house collecting evidence.
Now, Nigerians, who are the culprits? Who are the perpetrators? If you follow the report, Nigerians. So do you expect them to call Somalians? Do you expect them to call the whites? When in truth and in reality, Nigerians are the problem? So are you trying to tell me that South Africa should turn a blind eye to this act because you helped them during the apartheid era? Of course not. We're not going to do that. Because you paid my bride price, right? Because you married me as a wife, it does not give you the room. It does not give you the privilege. It does not give you the opportunity. It does not give you the right to torment me, to beat me up in your house. It is not done.
Sounds like you're trying to make sense of some conflicting historical claims involving Nigeria and South Africa. Historically, while Nigeria was a vocal supporter of the anti-apartheid movement, the country faced severe economic challenges in the early 1980s, including the oil glut and high debt servicing, which makes claims of spending billions of dollars extremely unlikely during that time.
So how much debt was Nigeria in by, say, September 1985?
Around September 1985, Nigeria's external debt was estimated to be in the range of $17 billion to roughly $19.55 billion, with a significant portion of its revenue going towards servicing that debt.
So that means they couldn't have spent that much because they didn't have that much.
That's a sound conclusion. Given the severe economic constraints and high debt burden Nigeria was facing, it's not plausible that they could have spent billions of dollars on foreign aid or liberation efforts during that period.
How hilarious is that? It's not hilarious, but it's actually just quite, exhilarating to find this out, because it's not only just Nigeria that contributed to South Africa's liberation or anti-apartheid struggle, was it? There was a lot of so if South Africa was being given $61 billion US, why was it that during all these massacres and all these riots in South Africa, people had to use sticks and stones and Molotovs? Why didn't they have fighter jets and submarines and jeeps and tanks and not high artillery? Because they were just funded so much by Nigeria.
That's a very good point. The lack of advanced weaponry among resistance groups during the apartheid era is strong evidence that claims of massive financial backing for military hardware are unfounded. The resistance relied primarily on whatever resources they could secure under extremely difficult circumstances.
It was tough, wasn't it? South Africans really did fight for their own freedom, did they not?
They absolutely did. The primary struggle was led by the South African people themselves, who showed immense courage and resilience in the face of severe oppression.
What does Exodus chapter 20 verse 16 say?
Exodus chapter 20 verse 16 says, "You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor."
You see, let me tell you something. Nigerians are very cunning, very funny. And this has everything to do with South Africans, right? So I made a video stating emphatically, in case I've not posted that video, let me say this again. South Africans, please find a system to scrutinize Nigerians who stand for the truths from a genuine point of view. And Nigerians that only speak for you people because they expect benevolence from you people. You people give easily. Easy give. Easy give. Nigerians, can suddenly start abusing Nigeria and speaking good about South Africa once they see that it is lucrative. I mean, a number of them did it with Ghana. I say scrutinize each and every one of us. Once they see that speaking against Nigeria and speaking for South Africa would give them advantage, and they will start, they'll start begging, oh, South Africans do this, and they will send one thing for them. South Africans are rich. They'll just send one thing for them, send that thing. See, everything is a business for Nigerians. So everything, I said, scrutinize each and every one of us, including myself. Let us know the people that stand with the truth, that stand for the truth, and not in standing for South Africa. I do not stand for South Africa. I stand for the truth. The reason I can resonate with South Africans is because on this particular note, South Africans are aligned with the truth. The truth emphatically states that, one, every African citizen should go back to their home. It's rational, logical, biblical. It is biblical. God does not like people. God does not like migrants. That's why he empowered Egyptians to punish Israelites well. The children of Israel were dying. Remember when they gave birth to Moses? A lot of children were unalived. God did not punish Egyptians for that. The only punishment was when they now barriered Israelites from leaving. God does not he hates migrants. It's rational, check it. That's number one. Number two is that the South African approach to chasing away migrants is the only approach. Go and look at it. Polish people do that. It's the only approach. Every other thing is talk, talk, talk. So South Africans, like I said, scrutinize each and every one of us, please. Scrutinize. A lot of people did it with Ghanaians, saying, oh, Ghanaians may be benevolent. They will say, oh, my brother, do this one, do that one, that kind of a thing. And they will send you something and they say, oh, so these people, so this business is working. This business is working. Next episode, Nigerians are bad. Ghanaians are good people. Ghanaians are good people. Do you understand? They will do the same with you people. They would. But you see the thing with Ace, where Ghanaians don't get it right. I love Ghanaians. They know that. And I'm really happy that there are lots of Ghanaians that still agree with me now that I said, no, Ghanaians, you people are not right in this, trying to slander South Africans. No, no, no. I brought a number of, in fact, they are the ones running away from my seeing them to be hypocrites, double standard, because it wasn't quite long ago. We saw what Nigerians were doing. We saw what foreigners, Liberians, we saw what they were doing in your home. And your problem is just Nigeria and few other African societies. Imagine South Africa that has practically all Africans in their home, trying to reap where they've not built. What do you expect? They saw we brought facts and figures. They even saw some of their Ghanaian brothers speaking the truth. So you see why I'm saying this is that you saw that a-hole, that Nigerian a-hole that came around and apologized to South Africans. He said, you know what, South Africans, I'm really sorry, I slandered you people. You know what, he started recounting on how South Africans elevated him and all this. You see, I saw after that his particular video, I think he lost a lot of followers. Right? And because of that, he came and apologized. And the next video I saw him on, the guy was truly agitated. Oh my God, I saw it. South Africans are right. Nigerians, you people are stupid. Nigerians. And I was like, what? Please, go to their pages, go to the top parts, their old videos, to understand who these people are. To understand who they are. Don't just come around and be like, oh, this person speaks for us, and just leave them. No. Scrutinize, because now speaking for South Africans is a business. It's a business right now. So you people should understand on a serious note. You people should know this on a serious note. Guys, we stand for the truth, nothing more.
Wow, welcome back, people. Thank you for watching up to this moment. Oh, funny. But what I would still want to say is this: the fact that I helped you does not give me the right to harm you. Yeah, that is the truth. And it should never be used as a weapon against you either. Likewise, history should never become an excuse for hatred. Yeah. Let's remember the sacrifices, respect each other, and choose peace. Yes, because we are better when we are united. That is the simple truth. I remain your girl, Linda. Yes. If you like what we are doing, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, share it, and turn on the bell notification. Drop your comments. See you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.